Welcome back to the Dap It Up podcast, the place for geeks of all creeds. I'm Dray the Spectre.
And this is Gunnm.
And I'm Beat.
And apathy is death. Today we're talking the Mario movie and current events in the esports world. Later on we'll talk karmic systems in video games. But before all that, Gunnm, what's up with you?
Well, good amount. So, I almost have all my PC parts. So, that's been a long time coming. I'm very happy about that. Had to do a lot of cleaning out my space here. Had to get rid of basically this old ass couch that was in this room. So, make room for this new desk. I haven't moved
The
it
one
in
with
here.
the giant canyon in the middle of it?
Yes. But yeah, so I had to get rid of that. And soon the desk will get moved in here, but there was a bunch of crap under there, so I still gotta clean that up. Haven't gotten to it. So I gotta bleach this floor and just mop it good and dust this shit. So yeah, so that'll be fun today. So a lot of that going on, a lot of cleaning. Other than that, just I don't know. I keep obsessing over this PC. I keep finding something new to buy, and I need to just stop. I need to stop spending money. Is the main thing. Spending money. But other than that, like, that's about it. Same old, same old.
How about you, Beat?
Well, my week has been an interesting one. Not to get super personal, but I finally got divorced a couple days ago. It's finally finished. You know, it's hard to divorce somebody when you can't find them. But went out, had drinks with my mom, rounding out the semester. Almost done with this semester. Only a couple weeks left. As far as spending money on PC parts, don't ever go to Micro Center in person. Don't ever do it. Once you've got your computer put together, don't do it to yourself, because I can't walk into a Micro Center without walking out with something that's at least $100 plus. But
or going on Amazon.
Amazon is also a dangerous place. You have to look at your computer and pet your computer and be like, you're good enough. You will be fine for right now. Until you get to the water, the more rainy scenes in RE4, and then you're like, oh, maybe you need just a little more love, because it was rough. But either way,
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it for me. How about you, Dre?
First, I want to say, don't put me in that position again where you make an announcement like that, because when you go, hey, I just got divorced, there's a plethora of ways to respond to that. I can either go,
yeah,
congratulations, or aw.
No, it's definitely.
Okay.
I'm happy about it. I'm very happy about it.
But okay.
good.
Allergies, man. Like, I'm over it now, but for the past week, everything in my house has been sick in one way or another. Except the baby. Just everything. My wife got sick. Then I got sick. One of my dogs got sick and passed whatever they had onto the other dog. And now everybody's doing better, but I'm like, dude, I've never felt this snotty in my entire life. It was like a river of mucus running out of this house, bro. And I'm like, what do you even do about allergies? Do you open the house up or close it and run a humidifier? You know,
Take some Advil and drink some
Air
tea.
filter,
Drink some tea.
Claritin.
I'm surprised I didn't OD on Alka-Seltzer.
You should have did a lot of tea. Honestly, tea helps.
I drink some. I drank like a cup. Probably could have done more, but
some of that sleepy time.
If you wanted to reduce the overall allergic symptoms you guys get, local honey, if you can find any place that has that, you eat that.
I was feeding the
Pretty
dogs
sad.
honey.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was feeding the dogs local honey, but like, I didn't want it. It's nasty. It's like, but I'm the type of person, I could have done it and got over it. I just didn't feel like it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to try something new today. I do enough. But great recommendation, because I do think it helped the dogs. They'll eat anything, though.
It's true.
Yeah. But out this week, April 4th, we had Creed Rise to Glory Championship Edition. Filthy Animals, Heist Simulator, Grim Grimoire Once More, and Meet Your Maker. On April 5th, we had Movie House for PC. And today, April 6th, we've got Plethora Lost Haven, Curse of the Sea Rats, Hyperviolent, and Raven's Watch. Any of that pique your interest?
I'm not.
Well, I immediately Googled Heist Simulator. It looks interesting.
If it has simulator in the name, it's probably interesting.
See, that's what I figured. That's why I looked it up.
I'm not gonna hold you. I haven't heard of any of those.
Yeah, me neither. I
The
feel
Creed
like
game was the only one.
Yeah, I feel like all the good games this month are coming out in the last 2 weeks of it. Like all the big games, we got.
Is it Mega Man next week?
Is it?
I think so.
I know Mega Man's coming up.
Battle Network.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
It's
Battle
coming
Network collection.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all ready to get into the news?
Yep.
Yeah.
First on the docket, we've got some voice actor harassment going on.
Mm.
Lovely, lovely. You can take the lead on this one, Gunnm.
So, unfortunately, we have some gamers taking things into their own hands. Unfortunately, well, so as everybody knows, pretty much, Resident Evil 4, the remake, has recently come out. To a relatively positive opinions about it. But there are a lot of people that seem to online have certain grievances with Ada Wong's voice acting.
Let me cut in right here and say, if that is the biggest story surrounding this game right now, then you know you have a hit on your hands. If that's what people are talking about right now, and granted, I've encountered Ada Wong, the character in question.
I have to.
And here's the thing. If I never would have knew about this before I saw her, I wouldn't have even thought twice about it. But even now, I'm like, it's a voice. I mean, I don't know. I've never known Ada to just be this pinnacle of acting or anything in any iteration.
I even went as far as the spoil the game, like just 2 scenes to see to get like a visual comparison of the original versus like this game's version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's probably people that are going to come after me for saying this. I don't see really the big like hoo-ha about her voice acting from the original. I don't. It's not like just, out of the park, just amazing.
Agreed.
Versus like this version's. Like, I'm not going to say it's amazing, in the remake, her voice acting. I'm not going to say, it's great. But at the same time, there is no excuse for harassing someone over their performance over a role, whether you like it or not. Like, there's no excuse, period. Like,
I saw that someone was working on a mod to replace the voice actress. I'm like, dude,
that's ridiculous.
How you want us to get your personal time is up to you, but
go. I have something to say to that.
I do. Okay, go ahead.
Go outside and touch grass.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair.
I will. What I will say is I don't like her performance at all. I don't know what it is about her voice in this game, because I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actress from 2, and I feel like her performance in 2 was really good. But the one scene I've seen her in so far in this game, I'm thoroughly unimpressed with it. I just feel like the voice acting almost all the way around, except for I think Ashley and Louise Sarah are kind of carrying it right now with their performances. But I'm not like Leon doesn't sound great. He has some scenes where he sounds appropriate and some scenes where he sounds like, oh, gee willikers, like he just sounds like he's in, Raccoon City Police Department cop boy mode.
Honestly,
like that's just not who he was.
Honestly, what might have happened is that they rushed at least the voiceover work for this game, especially for the.
It feels like it. It feels
because
like
usually when you get
Let's take a
cases,
step back.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it is. Resident Evil has never had great voice acting.
That's true.
So I don't think we need to make a case for what happened this time. I just think people are trying to pick something to be obsessive about.
But I think that 2 had good. I feel like 2 and 3 did have good voice acting. The remakes.
Right, you feel like, but you didn't
I
just
did.
play it yesterday to make the comparison.
That's true. I didn't.
You know what I mean? Like none of it stands out in my mind. In fact, I can remember specific roles that I think were terrible. You know what I mean? Like Chris was such a cookie cutter placeholder, but I didn't really think about it because that wasn't what Resident Evil meant to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're free to feel however you want to feel about Vita, or, her voice actress in this case.
Mm-hmm.
But when was she ever amazing?
Never.
I don't remember ever saying, oh my god, who is this? And looking the person up.
Yeah.
So, but let's, all that aside, don't harass people over stuff.
I agree.
Please,
Never
don't. Please.
But it's okay. The modders were going to do all kinds of things to this game anyway. They were going to make every enemy JJ the jet plane. Shrek was going to show up. Like, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a case for the voice acting being serviceable, being terrible, whatever. I don't even think it's relevant. I mean, overall, just be reasonable.
For sure.
Be reasonable. Act like you got some sense.
Yeah.
But, okay. Overwatch. Life Weaver, the new hero announced. Mr. Overwatch, once again.
Yeah.
What you got to say about this?
Yeah. What some people call me in some circles, the quick play god. But anyway, so new hero, and he looks pretty good. I like his design. So he comes out April 11th. He's very interesting. Very interesting. Mechanically, like he's more what's the word I want to use? More on the support side rather than like an actual like healer. He's more utility. Like he's more a utility based hero, kind of like Mercy. So he's very interesting, high skill ceiling in order to use him. Like there's a lot of interesting stuff with him. So he has a ability where he could just pull your teammates towards him, and while he's pulling people towards him, like the Force, like from fucking Star Wars, like you're invincible, and he heals you for a little bit while doing that. So he could save you, like when you're
out of danger.
Yeah. So when you're knocked off, like they showed you this in the trailer, like so if somebody like Doomfist knocks you off the stage, he can pull you back.
Great.
So he has some interesting stuff. He has a little flower petal he could set on the ground and prop you up to high ground like a fucking elevator. Like it's some cool stuff with him. There's some cool applications with him. He seems really interesting.
It sounds like he's a very high mobility.
Yeah.
Yep.
High mobility champ.
Yep. So I'm a support main, so I'm very much so looking forward to playing him on release. Like he's a day one definite experimenting. As far as experimenting for me, like I'll be playing him a lot. I see a lot of. But
what y'all know about the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Nothing.
I'm little bit, but not much.
it was intended as an April Fool's joke. A free game that released on Steam. It's a visual novel that I think centers on Amy Rose's birthday party in which they play a murder mystery game where Sonic is killed and you have to find the culprit. So this thing has blown up. It's got like 10 out of 10 reviews on Steam, and I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah, I think it's free.
After I looked into it, yeah, it's free, and I haven't played it yet, but I love when companies just do something out of left field like this, and it ends up successful, especially with an established IP like this, because there's so much more they could be doing with the Sonic brand, which for some reason, maybe it's because the success of the movies, they're just now realizing that. You know?
I feel like there's a couple of like legacy companies and legacy characters and IPs, like where it doesn't feel like the company that owns them realizes that they still have value and there's a lot they can do with it. Mega Man being one of the biggest, members of that cadre of characters that have just been, ill-handed by their companies that own them. It's like, if you don't want the character, you don't want to do anything with the character, sell it to somebody who does.
If I don't see a Mega Man movie in 10 years, it's over, bro.
It is. It's done.
Everything. Just cancel life. Everything. I don't know why they haven't thought of that. Maybe they have, but alright. Looking forward to giving that one a shot. We have a bunch of Mario news today.
Mario.
So I'm going to let you go ahead, Gunnm.
Well, as I'm sure all of us know, Mario movie is already out in theaters. People saw it yesterday, didn't even know that. So people have already been watching the movie, and Nintendo obviously making their rounds, doing their little marketing push, going around to different publications, mainly like Shigeru Miyamoto, kind of going around to different places, being interviewed, talking about Mario, all that good stuff. So, one thing in particular that came out of an interview with Variety that I find very interesting is when I believe they asked a question about a new game. Like he responded with stay tuned with future directs regarding any new Mario news. So it has people thinking that there's a new Mario game actually in the works, possibly to be released soon, possibly with the new hardware that they got coming out. So
yeah, usually that's a good indicator that they're about to switch something up. They always want to release a Mario game right when it comes out, just to get people.
Was the pun intentional or switch something up?
Oh,
okay.
Didn't even try that. I don't even try, man. Don't even try. I just do it.
I don't know. He's been a dad longer than me, so I could still sniff that one out a mile away. Yeah, I think you're right, though. I do think. But
it makes sense to me. Like with the Mario movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect timing. Let's keep our ears open, right? We don't know until we know, but I think it's about time for a new Mario. I just don't know what they'll do. I said the same thing about Zelda on a prior podcast, and look, they got fusion mechanics and stuff now, so which is such a simple idea, but the possibilities are limitless. But you guys talked about that last week. Final Fantasy Pixel remasters have release dates, which are
hold on, let me look at my notes. Forgot already. Jesus Christ. 19th.
Yeah, high interest.
19th of this month. Yep.
Okay.
Really? Wow.
Really?
Or PS4 and Switch. Yep. So,
PS4 and Switch?
No Xbox.
PS4. Okay.
See, I tried to get a physical copy, but of course it's sold out like immediately. Now they've got the collector's edition on eBay for hundreds of dollars, and I'm not doing that. Off principle alone, really.
Mm. Well,
Absolutely silly.
you should see what they're doing for Trails to Azure, like the markup. Couple hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, it has to
bullshit.
be expected.
It's
So-
bullshit.
Continuing the topic of video game movies,
So
another beloved property is supposedly seeing a theatrical release.
yep, I'm sure most of you wouldn't have saw this one coming. It's from Capcom, and I'll give you a hint. It's not Monster Hunter.
So Resident Evil.
It's not Resident Evil.
Okay, so what about the old Street Fighter movies? Did they not learn?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Anything can be good, anything can be bad. You know me, I'm not a negative Nelly, bro, but why?
Fighting games fundamentally make bad movies. Like you can go back
Live
to the
action,
beginning
anyway.
of time. Live action, it doesn't work. It does not. Look at every Mortal Kombat movie that has ever released outside of the first one, which is like a cult classic, kind of.
It's money.
Like,
It's money.
it's
They want to sell that Street Fighter 6.
bro, they could do that without a movie that's gonna suck.
I mean, they're
Like,
trying to
just
sell
like
it.
No one has done it right yet.
Nobody's done Resident Evil right either. I don't know how, because it seems like it'd be
I
the
don't know.
easiest to adapt to a film.
Hmm.
I don't know, man.
Or maybe just don't have Yui Bowl fucking direct it. It'd be that simple. Have anybody else do it.
Is it supposed to be live action?
Yes.
Ugh.
Ah, okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna see it either way. I'm not optimistic about it, but
Not either. Not at all.
I'm giving it room, you know? I'm giving it room to succeed.
Do we have to see it? Do we
I'm not gonna tell you one way or the other, bro. But if I have to go by myself, I will, and I will let you know what I think.
You know I'm not going to let you go by yourself. We'll suffer together.
Yeah, not to that, but okay, we got two more big stories here. New PlayStation gaming hardware.
Mm-hmm.
PS5 Pro.
Bro?
It's not a PS5 Pro. It's not.
No.
It's not.
Bro?
It's not. It's not a PS5 Pro. But what we're potentially looking at here is maybe a new handheld from PlayStation.
Now,
Maybe.
Vita 2?
Possibly.
didn't they imply that you need to have a PS5 in order for this thing to function? I thought I saw something about that. I'm not entirely clear on the details.
So, yes. So it looks like they might be making it. Well, according to reports from Tom Henderson, anyway, he's the main person reporting on this. So it looks like mainly like this is going to be a device that is going to be linked with your PS5 for remote play. They're trying to really push that feature because it's one of the lesser used features on the PS5. Which I don't even think most people even know, or they just plain old forget about. I've tried it once, like with the PS4, and I mean, your mileage will vary with it depending on your internet.
In other words, they want to learn from the Switch's success.
I
Yeah,
guess
that's
so.
what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what it seems like. They're trying to capitalize on that hybrid market. At least a little bit, and try and take it away from Nintendo.
I mean, I feel like
you buy one?
PlayStation.
You said, would I get one?
Yeah.
They'd have to really sell it to me to want one. I don't really see. I don't know. They'd have to really, really sell it.
What were you saying,
And
B?
it'd have to be cheap.
I'm saying that I feel like PlayStation really needs to get a win as far as hardware is concerned. I mean, they just launched the PSVR 2, and so far sales have not been impressive. Adoption overall of VR in general just isn't great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you see Meta and all these other companies kind of abandoning it for now, because it just doesn't seem like the consumer base is there for it yet. People don't really know about it. And then it's prohibitively expensive for most people, so...
Yeah, most people just see it as a gimmick.
I see this as like basically a Steam Link with extra steps. Like, this is the hybrid streaming model is something that you can do with a lot of things. Xbox has it. You can stream games to your phone. Like, I don't know. I feel like PlayStation is always a little behind the curve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting one.
And they're getting a fat L as far as this Microsoft acquisition is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things aren't looking good. Things aren't looking good for them.
For them. And you know what? Fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, public reception is from the circles I frequent, there's a lot of goodwill going Xbox's way. At least relative to what they've been seeing in the past, decade?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't necessarily think this is going to do anything to help PlayStation. I'm definitely not interested in... I've talked to Gunnm about this at length. I'm not really into portable gaming anymore.
Me neither.
I don't really have a lifestyle that's conducive to it. Because even if I travel, normally I'm going to take a console with me. And I'm going to be the one driving. I'm going to be in charge of transportation. So I'm not about to sit in my own living room playing a Switch handheld. Like, for what? You know what I mean? I got this big old TV for no reason.
Like, the only argument I could see is it's for children. Like, it's for kids, because kids are really the biggest demographic outside of, like, people who have to use public transit a lot.
Yeah.
The biggest demographic for this. Buses, trains, whatever.
And see, that
yeah.
I agree with. And I do recognize that part of the success in Japan has to do with how huge public transit is over there. You know what I mean? And there are people who, I don't know who, but there are people who ride the train to work, ride the bus to work every single day, or ride in the passenger seat and want to get a few matches of Smash Bros in on the way there. But I don't know. It's just me. I'm more interested in the prospect of an eventual PS6. I don't care about no PS5 Pro because we haven't even seen what the PS5 is capable of yet. They have not pushed this hardware to its limits.
No.
And I'm definitely not interested in streaming games. Like, that's what you said?
Yeah.
You're streaming it to the handheld?
Yeah, what's the point of that? There's a million things that can do that.
Unless you have AI-powered internet. You better have, like, Matrix level internet. Streaming is not worth it. Streaming video games
I'm not
there yet.
I'm not too sure how they do it. Like, maybe with this 5G. I don't know if maybe they plan to, like, partner with, like, AT&T or something. I don't know.
Please not AT&T. It'll never work anywhere.
Bruh.
Yeah. It's always usually the go-to when people...
AT&T has some of the worst infrastructure in the country.
Now, I will say I applaud them for the veiled attempt at competition. You know what I mean? Because Sony, they're always like, no, this is our idea. We did this. It's not this, it's that. Yeah. This isn't Game Pass. It's PlayStation Plus Premium. You know what I mean? But it at least shows that deep down they're willing to learn from what the competitors are doing.
Not only that, like you know,
Yeah,
the handheld market is like super booming right now. Like you got
early.
you got the Aya Neo that's out. You have the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck's been
Mhm.
like blowing up. Like so many
And
people
don't get
got
it
one of
twisted.
those.
Yeah, just because we don't play portably doesn't mean a million other people plus don't. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
it's just
And Asus just revealed one of theirs. Like that seems even more powerful than the Steam Deck.
yeah. Hey man, we'll see.
So,
Competition is always good.
on the topic of Steam, I do want to add what I think is a pretty big story that people have been following at the end of the new segment that I just remembered.
Mm-hmm.
Brain just came online, but continue.
Oh, at the end,
Yeah,
you
at
might
the
as
end
well
of
throw it in
second-
there now.
All right,
Because this next
so-
topic, you know.
I got you. So, as far as Steam and Dark and Darker, and that whole mess is going, so apparently more evidence is coming out about from Nexon and from the developers that are seeming to make the case that essentially Dark and Darker is stolen property from Nexon, and
Oh.
this team is currently they had a huge police raid on their company, had their servers seized, had data seized. Korea takes intellectual property theft and enforcing company rights very seriously over there.
Evidently.
Imagine you stole some code, bro. They kick your door in. They got the MP4 in your face.
Hands up.
What you about to do?
Oh yeah,
Hands up. Oh.
when it comes to
Someone's making
copyright,
beer.
when it comes to copyright in those Eastern countries, man, they don't play. They
But
don't.
they don't. And then they had a couple people in the company, go around leadership to post like a GoFundMe for the development team because they had to remove the game from Steam due to receiving copyright notice. And it's interesting to see how everybody's kind of in different places. You got the people who don't have a brain and they're like, "Ooh, little company good automatically. We don't ask any questions." Big company bad, because it's like Nexon is not a harbinger of goodwill. They have some of the most grindy, just microtransaction disgusting games in the world. So it's funny to see the big evil villain like crying to the police about this little company that took a game they invested resources in. But either way, I thought that was something that wasn't known.
Yeah, indeed. That I'd call it an extreme reaction, but again, I mean, you know the law where you live at, so
Yeah, true.
don't break it, don't breach it. What's going on in the esports world, Gunnm? Man, you got a lot of stories today.
I mean,
Yeah.
I keep up, man. I keep up. So basically, what it amounts to is the esports market is, well, the bubble for it anyway is popping. So we're kind of going into this period of a lot of these investors, especially the big ones that were big on esports, like in the beginning, like basically finding out, wow, I'm not making any money out of this. So I think I'm going to pull out. And it's been happening in mass, like across esports, which I find it ironic because I think one of the first stories of this being reported was actually happened in Overwatch. Like one of the biggest teams, the owners basically put the team for sale. They were selling like all their shares and everything like regarding that team. So it actually started like with Overwatch, at least as far as I know. So it started with Overwatch, and then it kind of bled in the league where TSM is selling their spot. And as far as I know, like they've been in leagues like
So they've been there
Their
since
little
practically
circuit
League's
since
inception.
Inception, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So there's
huge
that.
game.
And then Counter Logic is kind of experiencing something similar. Like they're looking for a buyer too. So that puts a lot of like fighting game players, like a lot of recent ones that got signed, because I think they signed a lot of Smash players and fighting game players recently. Like kind of almost in limbo because they don't know what the fuck's going on. So
I think we're
it's
going to see more and more of that as companies begin to realize, like these gaming companies, that there's no market for it. Realistically, it's not making money. It hasn't been making money for a long time. You know, people don't care about LCS. People don't care about anything outside of Evo, really, as far as fighting games go.
Right.
It's just the interest isn't there. And they've done such a poor job in marketing it. Like, I feel like they've done a really horrible job in getting engagement in these spaces, because it's like people sit there and watch people play football. People sit there and watch them play whatever. It's like, yeah, we all have associations as children, but I feel like, you know, they took so long to get most of the infrastructure. Like just now, in present day, you know, high schools are starting to get esports teams together. Colleges like Flint has an esports team. Like you have to lay the groundwork at the bottom, the bottom level, before you can build it up to the point where you have these massive events. You have to get the interest there across society, and that means you have to spend money more, you know, getting it in the hands of regular everyday people and getting an interest in these games and the meta level and the high level competition, you know, from the grassroots, because that's how all of those sports got as big as they did, is people just playing them and
Right.
you know, building up their interest.
And we see the potential. I mean, like,
Yeah, we do.
Think about it. Hundreds of thousands of people will tune in to watch one person play StarCraft.
Yep.
Or League. Or Fortnite or insert game here. I mean, if they'll watch one person, there's no reason we can't be more... What's the word I'm looking for? Intentional about it.
Yeah.
Organized, you know? Like, start at the ground level, like you said. I didn't know that colleges had esports teams beyond just the idea of a small club. So more of that. Anything else?
not really.
All right then. What you playing, man?
What am I playing? Well,
Are we all playing the same thing? Let's get that out the way.
Yeah.
I'm playing RE4. We're all playing RE4.
We're
I'm playing
all-
other things
okay.
on top of it.
Well, we're all playing RE4. Okay.
Yeah.
So no need to go around. I just want to say, my wife asked me how I felt about this game because she watched a review on it. You know that channel Girlfriend Reviews?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she watches those videos, and it led her to prompt me with, is it everything you hoped it would be? And I told her, it's as if I stepped into a time capsule. And I said this about Dead Space this year.
Yeah.
But that's how a remaster should be, or a remake should be.
Yeah.
Because this game, don't get me wrong, I've played Resident Evil 4 so many times, I see every twist and turn and deviation. But the scope of it feels how it felt to play that game for the first time way back when.
I agree. Like, especially like when you get to the mission, you know, where you're in the house with your boy. Like, I remember how much of a pain in the ass that mission was on GameCube with slow robot turning Leon, bro. It was dumb. It was just as hard
with this slow robot. Get good.
I'm talking about when I was a kid playing RE4, man. This, you know, I'm playing on hardcore difficulty. It was really challenging, like just getting all the windows boarded up, and then, you know, Luis is only so helpful. He's got a red 9, but you don't know how to use that bitch for nothing.
I love hardcore difficulty. I think it's very fair. That was the only part that was hard for me. Like, everything leading up to that was manageable.
Even the giant fight was easy.
I didn't die.
I
But
didn't
I
either.
kind of remembered his pattern, so maybe
Yeah.
that has something to do with it. Did you both save the dog?
I saved the dog.
You saved him? Okay. I just didn't know how missable that would have been for a new player. Then again, you played it before.
Like I think they even marked it on the map actually.
Like he was like literally like they literally
mark
put the dog right in
everything.
front of you.
They
The
mark-
dog was not out of the way.
Yeah, like they mark everything. In
You had to veer right to, like, you
Yeah.
could hear him and everything, but
Yeah.
you could have passed him.
Oh really? Huh.
Well, in this one, I'm maybe because I'm scrounging everything, so I was gonna find him. In the original game, it was possible to not even.
No,
Or
I
if you
agree.
did see him, yeah, you could just walk past him and then you'd never see him again.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, what are you guys' thoughts?
I think the game is phenomenal.
It's
For
a
one,
phenomenal game. I just hate
the
horror.
shooting. The shooting is so much better than the other two remakes. Like, just it feels a lot more solid. It feels like Leon can actually shoot a gun now.
Did you
I
get
always
that
felt-
that site?
No, I did not. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Less jump scares,
I'm
but
listening.
mine is that like great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
Yeah.
I hate that I feel tense all the time, but it's a great game.
I'll
I
let
have
you
so
try
many
it, man.
weapons. I have so many weapons at this point. It's
Dude.
like, why would I be scared of anything?
You
I have a sniper
we
rifle
were-
and a shotgun.
Right, we were talking about Dead Space.
Yeah, I
And
feel the same
how-
thing.
Subsequent playthroughs of that game, you just running down the hall, like, don't care. That's me in Dude, the only reason I move slow and methodically in Resident Evil 4 is to collect everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not scared of nothing.
Man.
You know, that's not even a brag. That's just like, bro, trust me, there are scarier games out there. But I do hope this serves as a jumping off point for you to get into Resident Evil. Because I recommend you go all the way back to the start, bro. These games
You
are
should.
amazing.
Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so what would you say is your favorite change?
For me, it has to be just the movement. I mean, the movement is so good. It's so much better. Like, it's just quick turns are even faster than they used to be. I just feel like piloting Leon feels like good, especially especially for Resident Evil game. It feels good.
Yeah. I've never felt the way you felt about Resident Evil 4. The only thing for me was that you couldn't move and shoot.
Yeah.
Other than that, I felt that it controlled fine, and Resident Evil has always had this intentional weight to it. Even this one, like, I wouldn't say that this is the smoothest third-person shooter I've
there's
ever
weight to it.
played. Yeah, but that's kind of the point too, you know. There's a realistic sluggishness to it when you're trying to run away from something.
I do
So
appreciate the
like-
fact that you can run and reload at the same time.
Right. Now, the little quality of life features like that I do appreciate because, yeah, I mean, why can't you move and shoot? And they did address that in later entries, or entries since, but yeah, I'd say I do appreciate the moving and shooting, the moving and reloading. The treasure system, the whole revamped treasure system where you can combine rubies and headdresses and stuff like that. It's such a small thing, but I think it adds to the exploration because there's some strategy to it, you know. Instead of just, oh, I have 6 rubies, let me just sell them, you're better off turning over every single cabin, finding everything you can, and then trying to forge what you can to get the biggest sale. Get like 80,000 pesetas at a time, you know? It's little stuff like that, man. It makes everything worth investigating. What I don't like about this game is the same thing I don't like about the original, and there are points of no return that are unmarked.
Yeah.
Because I was just going back. Once you get to chapter 5, you can't get back to the factory, the abandoned factory.
Yeah.
So I was backtracking trying to collect everything in the game because I'm doing everything I possibly can. And now there's treasure in the village map that I won't be able to get until next playthrough.
Damn.
So, luckily, they're all separate achievements, I believe. So, I mean,
Probably.
yeah, I could do the island map and the castle map separately. I just have to look out for that. But if you're a completionist type gamer, you might do well to look up the points of no return. But yeah, I mean that's RE4. Anything else, fellas?
No.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. I tuned in to one of your streams, Gunnm, and yeah, like it was entertaining, man. I like that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone because you'd be doing yourself a disservice not to play this game.
Yep, I said I'd stream it, so that's what I've been doing. I haven't been lately.
Yep.
I might today, but I don't know. We'll see.
True to your word. Any closing thoughts on RE4 beat?
I would say this is probably and I think this game will be in contention for Game of the Year. I think it's definitely
Easily.
a game people will talk about. I mean, the new Breath of the Wild game, Tears of the Kingdom or whatever.
Man,
it's gonna be good. This is a fully loaded year. Diablo 4. Like I don't know I actually don't know what game's gonna win.
Yeah.
Starfield. I don't think Starfield's. Look, I know there's certain people in here in this room that are super excited for Starfield and think it's going to be great and polished. I think Starfield's I think it's going to be a technical disaster, and I think it's not going to be in contention. But I think it will be a good game.
Okay, I was about to say, watch these next words you say.
Hey! I think it will be a great game. I
didn't
think it'll be
get
held
any
back.
of that. I didn't get any of that.
Wow.
It like you froze and then sped up and then you froze and y'all were both talking. Okay, so something about it not being a contender.
I don't think it will be because I think it'll be a technical disaster.
When has that ever stopped a game from being a Game of the Year contender?
I think that it absolutely can hold it back in a year like this.
When has it? I'm asking.
When has it? Well,
did it stop Skyrim?
And then it didn't stop Cyberpunk.
Like, really think about this. Don't
Cyberpunk
argue
was
for the
not a
sake of
contender.
argument.
It didn't stop. Like it did
But
stop.
Cyberpunk was an exceptional case. There's no reason for us to
Cyberpunk
think
won-
Starfield is going to be buggier than Skyrim.
What was that at the Game Awards? Was it RPG of the Year? They didn't win something. I know
It was nominated. It was
still nominated.
Yeah.
No, I take it back. It was
That's
nominated.
not what you said, though. You said it wouldn't be a contender, and I'm challenging that.
The thing you're like, how's it going to be buggier than Skyrim? Because the scope is so much wider than Skyrim, and Bethesda has no track record at all for being able to manage a system that large.
Right, but again, like my core argument,
yeah,
I don't think that's a reason to think it won't be a contender. Because if Cyberpunk could have been, what can't be? You know.
I didn't see Cyberpunk as a contender, and I played a lot of that game.
You didn't see it, but it was.
It was nominated.
Yeah, no, you're speaking for everyone right now. I'm saying I do. Starfield is definitely one of those games that's going to be on people's radar. I mean, we can't speak to how good it's going to be.
Yeah, it's not even
I'm cautiously optimistic about it, but like,
of course.
I mean,
which is fair.
Out of the games we know are releasing this year, for us to not see Starfield on that list, it would have to be an atrocity. The game is just going to have to not work.
That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think it's going to work.
I mean, that's fair. I don't think that. I mean, maybe it'll be buggy, but they've delayed the game so many times. I don't think there's any reason to think it won't function. You also say that as someone who's going to buy it day one regardless. So
I'm going to play it on Game Pass day one. I'm going to buy it nothing.
Oh, Game Pass.
Yeah.
I forgot you had Game Pass. I thought you were one of those anti-Game Pass guys.
I have Game Pass. I use it frequently.
But yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. I don't think there's a world in which Starfield isn't in the conversation. But so far this year, I'd say RE4 is my game of the year. It was Dead Space. Funny how they're both remakes, but that's what we're working with, you know. It's only
Top
April.
tier remakes, yeah.
For sure, for sure. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. But we still have Final Fantasy 16. We've got
Oh
Street
my
Fighter.
god.
You know.
I feel like
Oh,
that's
but Final
why,
Fantasy
though.
16 is gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
There's no way Starfield will.
No, I'm not
But
saying there's no
16 will be
way.
amazing.
16 will be amazing. 100%.
Right, 100%. Even though
Yeah.
I didn't like
Yep.
Final Fantasy 15.
I didn't. It was an
Right.
incomplete game.
Right. As could this be. I am optimistic about this one, but let's get into the topic of the week. Karmic systems in video games. You love them, hate them, good, evil, Paragon, Renegade, so on and so forth. How do we feel about these? What is your experience with karma in video games?
So I believe in specific games it makes sense. Like when you're talking Star Wars universe where things are usually you're either a Jedi or you are a Sith, you're either light side or you're dark side, like where there's already an established binary, they're fine. But in most instances where you're playing, like even in Jade Empire didn't make sense, and that's a game I love. There's a lot of instances where it's like there's a certain level of moral ambiguity to what you're doing. Like there's certain games where it just doesn't, like for Mass Effect for instance, like you are on a mission to save the universe. Like what you gotta do is what you gotta do. And it doesn't make sense to me to have like you're the good boy, you know, you do what you're supposed to do. You get all your sticker chart filled out. Like it doesn't fit in something with that wide a scope. To me personally, like
I
there
can push back against that one only because now I agree the implementation of it is almost like if you're gonna do it, just go all the way. But it's established within that franchise that yes, what you are doing is for the good of the galaxy, but you're either a bad cop or a good cop. You're either diplomatic or a dick. So I think it works in terms of the intention, but yeah, when you play it, it's like, okay, for me, there's no real reason to go one way or the other, except if you're trying to unlock certain dialogue options, because there's certain renegade options I'm always going to take. Like electrocuting the guy with the stun baton, pushing the guy out the... There's just certain stuff I'm going to do because the shiny red button is there. But
there's no negative to doing it.
Yeah, I mean the negative is the renegade points, but like it's not gonna change your ending.
No.
Yeah, so I'm with you where it's kind of. My belief is more that it's safe, but it's also thematic. So I wouldn't say it like tarnishes the experience for me at all because I'm not even that into being evil in video games anymore.
Me neither.
But
I've never been that guy. I've always been Captain Boy Scout every time I play a game. I don't know why. It's just my natural inclination.
I always used to play Evil Files on Infamous and Fable, but let's not get too far ahead, Gunnm. Come on, man.
I wouldn't say I'm thinking about it, and I really don't think I played too many games like that, actually. I'm not gonna lie, the first I probably have where I've interacted with a system like that is probably Mass Effect, which I never finished.
You barely started Mass Effect.
I barely started Mass Effect. You're absolutely correct.
Now, what about Shin Megami Tensei? Would you qualify that?
Yeah.
Well, actually, okay, yeah. I guess I would.
Because
where you get
different
different
system like
yeah.
that.
Right, choice based. Because I'm thinking beyond the binary. You know, I don't. For me,
like
I've seen it work narratively, but to have this is the good route, this is the bad route, it's kind of played out.
Yeah,
you know
I hate that.
At least in the games I played,
greatness.
At least in the games I play, like Shin Megami Tensei, it's never truly. You can never truly tell 100% which is till you get to a certain point. Like in some Shimigami Tensei games, like law is like I would perceive as evil
Yeah.
versus chaos.
See, I like games where it is like that, where it's like it can be a concept that when taken to an extreme is bad, but like in moderation is good or is the right thing. Like I feel like it's better when the systems kind of reward you with endings that are good for like thinking and making like let's say like Deus Ex, right? Deus Ex doesn't really have like a karmic system like that. You can do things that are bad objectively. You can do things that are good. You can minimize casualties or whatever. But it's like you never really feel like, let's say that one like the good boy option is always the best option or even like the most morally correct one. Like the one off the top of your head isn't necessarily the best solution to a problem. I like games that have that element of complexity to it.
Well, I have 2 examples. The best alignment system I have ever seen is in D&D.
I agree.
Because there's layers to it. Because, yeah, we all have a general... Anyone who says they don't have a general metric of good and evil is lying.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are just certain things, looking out for your fellow man, doing a good deed, paying someone's way through college. Like, some things are just good. And, like, eating babies, kicking puppies, it's evil. Like, there's nowhere you can go in the world where eating a baby isn't evil. Like, alive, you know what I mean? There's certain things we just know. So, with D&D, I like that they take the lawful, the chaotic good, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil, because while some would say it places the character in a box, it makes it easier to define what the overall goal is. And the example contrary to that might surprise you, for me at least. The Witcher, I love and hate the choices in that game.
I do too.
Because it's like they go out of their way to say, hey, nothing's a good choice. Nothing you do is a good choice.
It's realistic, that's for sure.
I mean, is it though? It's like, yeah, it's great and it's thought provoking, right? But when I can choose famine or like, I don't know, slavery, it's like
it's like I don't really know.
Yeah, I do like alignment systems that do kind of like have that gray area where, just in general, where
I
like
think
you like between the 2 choices, like it's just it's like one evil versus another. Well, to a certain degree, anyway. To a certain degree.
I like the way that it was implemented in Coder 2 specifically with Kreia. Like how she would show you the bad and the good that you did, and the good and the bad that you did. Or she would just be like, you're just a dick. Like you're just wasting your fucking time. Like I like it. Yeah, apathy is death, man. Like it was like what it's funny because it's that choice you make. I don't know if it was on Nar Shaddaa or where you were at. Where it's like, if you make the good choice, then she shits on you for it. You make the bad choice, she shits on you for it. It's like, you can't really win. But I like seeing scenarios like that, where what you think is a good thing, it's like it's like the episode in Avatar where Katara is helping Jet, and she doesn't know that he's on some fuck shit. You could easily be a useful idiot who thinks you're doing the right thing if you don't think about what you do before you do it.
We brought up Starfield earlier, and part of why I'm interested in how that game handles a reputation system is we've seen this in New Vegas, except I feel like nowadays they can take it just that last step forward, because in New Vegas, as opposed to Fallout 3 where it was like you're good, neutral, or bad, in New Vegas, you had an individual standing with every settlement, every group of people. Now, where they fell short for me is, okay, there's certain actions you can take that immediately will just like, all right, these people hate me, but I feel like if there was an influential faction that you like burned to the ground, someone else would catch wind of that. You know what I mean? Like New Vegas, the system was great. It just felt so contained that it felt a little unrealistic because you could be like the devil for like 9 out of 10 settlements, and that last one thinks you're an angel. So I'm interested in seeing how Starfield goes about that because I don't feel like if you do something on a galactic scale, like I don't know what that game is gonna have in store. But say you blow up a space station, but somehow half the galaxy is still friendly with you.
I think that reputation systems, like as you were saying, could be the future of moral choices and the future of like more realistic decision making. Because who you emphasize your relationship with, or whose goals align with yours, or whose values align with yours, often is more impactful than I stole the candy bar, or I paid for the candy bar, or I bought someone a candy bar. Like I feel like, and it's realistic. I think that having factions where it's like everybody else hates you, but we like you because of what you've done for us is realistic. Like a lot of people have people in their groups or in their circles, politics, whatever, where they're doing some fuck shit, but that's my guy. Like he's done right by me. Like everybody can probably point to someone where it's like this person kind of sucks, but they've never done anything to me, and they've never been anything but good to me. So that's not really on me. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but to an extent, though, it's a little extreme with New Vegas.
I agree with New Vegas. You could go out and kill and enslave whoever. It is like, oh, but these guys like me.
Come back, like this is our savior.
Hi.
All right, well,
some savior,
right?
Negan kind of savior for sure.
Let's not. That's a whole can of worms, bro. I don't want to talk about Negan. He changed that franchise forever.
He did, for sure.
For good, for bad, but
for Negan,
Morgan is cool.
Yeah, and he's forever immortalized in Tekken.
Isn't that weird?
That is
weird, bro.
Tekken had some really interesting DLC characters. I'll say that for sure.
I'm sure we're gonna have at least about 2 like off the wall DLC characters when that game comes out. So
I want Darth Vader in Tekken, bro.
They got to sell that first battle pass.
Stop. Like, not. This is why. Okay, before we get to the side quest, I just want to say I'm sick of these newbies jumping on the train and being like, "Can you add that one guy from The Wire?
Yeah.
Can you add a kid Michael B. Jordan to Tekken? Like, shut up.
Put Lance Reddick in Tekken.
Oh my god! Please tell me you're not hearing that.
Dude?
Please tell me you're not hearing that for real. You're not hearing that for real, are you?
No, but nowadays it wouldn't surprise you, would it?
Creed to Tekken.
If Creed was in Tekken, would that shock you?
No,
but I don't want it to happen.
No, but see, you get so many people. Like, look, don't get me. I like guest characters, but every person I know that doesn't play, you included.
Okay, let me make a public service announcement.
I'm not done. Both of you. Everybody I know who started really playing Tekken, at least a little bit with Tekken 7, love Noctis in the game. And I don't hate Noctis. It's just, it comes to a point where I'm like, why not put him in Soul Calibur?
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that? I don't know.
Why Tekken? You know?
I mean, they added 2B, which is cool. They added 2B to Soul Calibur, which was cool. But
and fitting. But it's like, he said Darth Vader. Like, bro, Darth Vader is in Tekken. No, you weren't. Because
I was kidding.
Day one, you'd be like, oh, man, I'm about to learn this whole moveset.
Nah,
I'm a force choke.
First off, I take umbrage with the, you don't play. Like, I'm not into Tekken the same way you're into Tekken, but I've played just about every Tekken game. Don't
Yeah,
get it
but how
twisted, bro. I
much,
played a lot. I played Tekken
You've never-
4 religiously.
the thing is, I have never seen you place as much emphasis on a Tekken game as you have now that we're playing it, though.
I mean, I never had
Now, I may
anybody to
just
play
not be
with.
familiar with your history with Tekken 4.
I played
Right, so
years
then-
of Tekken 4.
Right, so then why do you take umbrage with the fact that I'm saying you're more into Tekken now?
I don't. Not that specifically, but it's like the
point.
new
That's all I'm
gen.
saying.
The new
You are a
boys.
noob.
I'm not a fucking
You're a
noob.
noob.
How am I
You
a noob? I've been playing Tekken since I was 12.
You've been
That's
playing Tekken since you were 12, but not regularly.
I was playing it regularly when I was 12. That's around when Tekken 4
You
came
were
out.
when you were 12, but not now. You're a noob.
Well, we're getting. You know what? Fine, I'm a noob. Man, these gatekeepers
We've been-
in Tekken, bro, be like, why is
I'm not a gatekeeper.
We've been about.
I am not a gatekeeper. I welcome all of you to play.
And get your ass.
You remember,
beat, basically.
I welcomed Gunnm to play because he was
That's
talking
true.
all that stuff, and then what
That's
happened?
true. You got
What
clapped.
happened?
Got clapped.
I
Alright.
love you guys. I do. It's just like this is a problem I have with gaming as a whole. Like, and I'm not, I'm being a little facetious, but when people jump in and it's like entry number 12 in a franchise and they want to dictate the direction of it. I mean, money talks. You gotta cater to the market, but Jesus, dude.
Okay, so let me make a public service announcement.
Oh, right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Every fighting game does not need to be like Smash. God damn it. You don't need every fucking character from every random ass fucking franchise in a fighting game. Please stop. We don't,
Like
we don't
the youth
need
service.
Noctis in a fighting game like Tekken. He has a sword. What the fuck? That nigga should have ran in Soul Calibur. Harada, are you serious?
Granted, Yoshimitsu
God damn
has
it!
always had a sword.
Who has a sword?
Geese makes
But-
1,000 times more sense than fucking Noctis. What the hell is that?
Right. But it's like Noctis' sword makes up 90% of his moveset, whereas Yoshimitsu's makes
A
up
couple.
10.
Yeah.
F that. It's like I agree with you, man. Don't get me wrong, I love the spirit of guest characters. I don't want to sound like that curmudgeonly guy who's like, Tekken purist. It's not even that. It's just at a certain point, Smash Bros might as well be the only fighting game because there's so much bleed. It's like Akuma is in Tekken. I mean, look, who's gonna be in Street Fighter? They might throw Jin Kazama in there, which it wouldn't be terrible. It's just like I think there's levels to it because it used to be special, but now it's like, hey, just a matter of time before the Ninja Turtles show up. How did we get on this? Go ahead.
I actually don't. I was about to say, like, one of the things that irritated me most about Tekken 7 is freaking Akuma taking up so much story real estate. Like, this is a whole Street Fighter character who was
Oh my
integral to the
God,
story
yeah.
plot of this Tekken game. He's canon to the
He
Tekken
is
game.
canon now, bro.
That's fucking
That's
stupid.
crazy.
It's dumb
crazy.
as hell.
That's so crazy.
It's dumb.
We know they take place in the same universe now.
They do shit. You might as well.
Yeah.
You know what? They might as well combine it. You might as well just throw the whole roster in both games. Like, you can get both characters now. You want to play
Seriously.
Ken? Ken's in Tekken now. Enjoy.
Dude, apologies for the rant. Apologies. It's something about what you said about Darth Vader. I was
Set
like,
you up, bro. You
this is the problem. This is the problem with society right now. We can't leave Star Wars out of Tekken. Anyways,
That's getting clipped, bro.
let's
I just
get into
better.
the side quest.
I just better not see Sora in the Nuts Tekken. I swear to God.
I'm
swear
excited.
to
You
God.
will be
Without
okay.
form change, all you big
All right.
combo, you ain't even gonna want it.
Nah, you trying to trigger me now because he's lying. He'd be so hyped for that.
I would be.
Okay.
I'm super hype.
Okay. So, side quest. Aliens raise the Earth.
Oh no.
In a post-apocalyptic world, you've amassed every resource you'd need to live out a comfortable life. Food, water, everything. You have electricity, but the aliens collected and destroyed all physical media and disabled all streaming services.
No.
Except they left every physical copy of one video game, movie, or show of your choice. Which one would you choose?
One video? So I have to choose one in general?
Game, movie, or show. You have the physical
Game,
copy of
movie,
this
or
thing,
show.
and they give you one.
That's
And
hard.
there's no way around this. You can't make your own. The idea is that they're forcing you to only entertain you with this one thing.
Oh, man. What the hell?
I know mine. Topical. Mine is Tekken 7. I'm going to say
God.
Tekken 8 just because it's around the corner. But Tekken. Just
Tekken.
whatever the latest Tekken is.
Okay.
Because for me, it was down to Tekken, Smash Bros. Or Skyrim. And Tekken is a game that, like, I mean, I could theoretically play it forever. Smash Bros. Is a nice runner-up just because, I mean, Smash Bros. Ultimate is almost perfect to me.
Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. I'm gonna
No, you're not.
do.
Don't cheat.
I'm gonna, because it's a tie for me.
It's a tie. Okay.
So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. So it's between Super Smash Brothers Brawl
Mm-hmm.
and Fire Emblem Fates.
Oh, okay. Pick one. You gotta pick one.
God
You
damn
have
it.
to. I said Smash Bros. Was a runner-up, but I picked Tekken.
Man, I guess Brawl, man.
Brawl.
Yeah.
You already spent 10 years playing that. What's the rest of your life, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but
What about
I'll be able to play Meta Knight forever.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm okay
right,
with
yeah.
that. I'm okay
At
with
his
that.
peak, in his prime.
Yeah.
So I feel like in this question, it isn't even necessarily what is your favorite game of all time. You know, for me, it's about replayability and engagement. Like, what can I play realistically that will keep me engaged forever? And I know immediately it's got to be like a 4X game, right? Like, I can think of how many times I've played Civilization 6 until 5 o'clock in the morning. Was like, what is time? How's it 5? So it's gonna have to be something in that genre. So I'm probably gonna go Crusader Kings 2. Crusader Kings 2. I could probably play. Probably play until the end of time because everything is always different every time you play it, and there's all the countries, all the time periods, all this stuff, and I can lose hours to that game.
The Sims would have been a nice pick too.
The Sims is a good pick too.
I stick with Tekken. Okay, so clockwise on my screen, I'm gonna go right. And we made a mistake. We were all on separate islands, and the aliens mixed up our orders. So, Gunnm, you ended up with Tekken.
Oh.
B,
I'll take that.
you ended up with Smash Bros. Brawl. And I
That's
ended
not
up
too
with
bad.
Crusader Kings too.
Oof.
I'm not gonna make it.
No.
I'm not gonna make it.
Fine. I feel like I would get really bored of Smash Bros, but I'm not gonna. I'll be able to manage. I've played a lot of Smash Bros in my time.
I didn't say I was gonna take the easy way out. I
know, I got
just not
you.
gonna make it. I'm just not like I'm gonna be too stressed out.
I'm like,
This is what I have to look forward to every day. Crusader Kings too.
I'll be alright with Tekken.
You be alright with Tekken?
I'll be alright.
Bro, I'm swimming to your island. I will give you a trade, bro. I got the best trade deal since GameStop, buddy. I'll swim. I'll build a raft. Whatever I gotta do, bro. I'm not playing Brawl till I die, bro. I can't do it.
You know how good you would be at a game if just you had one game
That's
that you
it.
and the person you were stranded with played for the rest of eternity. God forbid there was ever a Tekken 9. We'd be gods, man.
Oh yeah.
Or another Smash Bros. That's anything similar to Brawl. Be frame perfect on everything.
Frame perfect. Yep. Every movement.
Brawl remake Please make it happen. It won't, but please let me dream. Remake.
Man, you don't gotta remake Smash Bros.
Give me a remake.
Smash
for
Bros
what?
is such a like.
That's timeless.
It's a platform. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah, just
you
the
build
same.
on it as you go.
The same exact game, just in a newer engine, please. I'll take it.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, I agree.
Gross.
I'll take it any day of the
You
week.
Smash
Over
Bros
Ultimate?
players can't give up anything. Like, y'all don't fucking
Like Brawl
y'all
and
can't give up
Unreal
anything.
5. I'll take
Melee,
Brawl
y'all-
and Unreal 5.
motherfuckers play Melee still.
Yeah, so tripping and all.
Tripping and all.
Oh my god. Hey, look, man, at least you ain't gonna have no trouble entertaining yourself. I mean, you got Tekken. I feel bad for you, Beat. Mine wasn't even a slight on Crusader Kings. It's just, dude, I would get so bored.
Man, you got a
That's why you
Smash
suck the
game.
game.
A Smash game is not
It's
bad.
it's not though. It's just Crusader. I never got into Crusader Kings because I like slow. I like strategic. Like, you know, I'm not like Unga Bunga. I play some of everything. It's just Crusader Kings is always, you know
It's
what I
extra
mean?
slow. There's not a whole lot going on the screen, bro. Like,
I mean, that's coming from somebody who played Pentiment too. So
yeah, true. True. He did play Pentiment. I'm like, I feel like it wouldn't be the best game to have for you, but it would be something at least.
I'd be okay. I mean, all jokes aside, I'd be okay. But I just thought I'd turn that around and see how it went if I organically went clockwise. But interesting choice in Brawl. I wish you would have said Ultimate, but
Yeah.
it's not my alley.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. Bonus round. It's the last segment of the day, you guys.
Do it.
This one is a little different. So you see that image up on the Discord?
The what?
I put an image in the chat.
I don't see anything in the chat.
I'd have to pull it up on my phone.
I might have to put another one there. Otherwise, take out a sheet of paper just so this is easy to follow. I think you'll need a visual aid. Now, I designed this game for up to 4 people.
Okay.
So there's 5 categories.
All right.
Physical, tech, magic,
Magic.
elemental, and ranged. In that order.
Okay.
So, we enter the arena.
Mm-hmm.
This is like rock, paper, scissors on steroids.
Oh, God.
You got about 10, 15 seconds to respond quickly. One of us is going to start with an attack. So that's a technique, a signature move, special move, whatever, from a video game or anime within that category. You can make your case for some overlap, like a batarang. Since I said batarang, it's off, we can't say it anymore, but technically a batarang could pass for ranged or tech.
Mm-hmm.
So, the reason I said put them in that order, you started with physical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, physical beats tech, which beats magic, which beats elemental, which beats ranged, which beats physical. So, you have to sound off in that order. And we're going to take turns. So, for example, I say Shoryuken, next person says Batarang.
Okay.
And then when you freeze up, you're out. I'm not going to time it too strictly starting out. But as we go on, the duration of your round is going to get shorter and shorter. So, do we understand? Do I have to explain it again?
I think I got it.
Okay, I get it.
All right, so I'll start out. We'll go in the usual order. Me, Gunnm, Beat. Wolfang Fist. Gunnm.
Right.
Oh, you also have to say where it's from.
Oh, okay.
Dragon Ball.
Okay. Iron Reaper Soul Stealer. Inuyasha.
Is that tech?
Good old
How is that tech?
I think that's technique.
No, tech is in technology, my guy. Not tech is
Wait.
in technique.
Wait, hold on.
Technically, we're going backwards. Actually, it's the reverse because the tech is supposed to be beaten by the physical. So my bad.
wait.
You have to do a ranged.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yep, go the other way.
it's ranged. Okay. So
Mhm.
so if I'm going range, okay. Spirit gun, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Dang, nice.
Um,
Elemental.
So Elemento.
Elemental? This is now my whole chart is thrown off now.
Just go in reverse order.
Reverse order. Okay. Elemental. Avatar state. Avatar.
Oh. Wait.
Sure, yeah.
I
No,
guess.
that works.
Oh,
That works.
yeah.
damage, bro.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'll make the distinction. Magic is just like general mystic, scarlet witchy crap. Elemental is literally fire, water, yada yada, electricity. You know. Okay, so magic.
Okay, you can oh wait, that's you. Okay, I thought it was my turn.
Mhm. Magic. Prestidigitation. D&D.
Okay. I'm gonna still use the one I used before. Iron Reaper
How
Soul
is
Steal.
that tech?
That's not
Like
tech.
technology? Like
Technology.
Technology?
gadget?
Oh my god.
That'd be physical.
Yeah.
Iron Reaper's seal reveals physical attack.
Okay, so
I
it has to
should've
be okay.
specified,
Okay,
but,
so
yeah.
for technology, it has to be a technology themed attack?
That's why I
Yes.
use the batarang as an example.
Yeah.
Or it can just
Technology
be
themed
like a
attack.
gadget.
It could be
It
a
could be that
gadget
too.
too.
Okay. So alright, so and it could be a game too, right?
Game or anime.
Okay. Railgun, Overwatch.
Okay.
Cross slash. Tales of Symphonia.
Cross slash.
Yeah.
It's not called cross slash, buddy.
What is it called? No.
Try again.
Fuck. Sure you can. Street Fighter. Let's go. Anyway.
Shit, you
I'll
could
let
have
it slide, even
you could
though.
have
Once we
you
used
could have
it,
stole the
once
one
we
I
used it.
used. You could have stole the
Right.
one I was gonna
Iron
use.
Reaper Soul Stealer. I was leaving it for you in case you needed it. I know you'd be needing them.
Ranged. Kamehameha Wave. Dragon Ball. No! Was my last one Dragon Ball? No, it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, it
You
wasn't.
can't do two consecutive.
same, okay.
Same. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So-
now we got all the rules in play.
Alright,
Okay,
This is a
okay.
good round. Yeah.
Alright, alright.
It's a little
Alright,
rocky up
Alright, so my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alright, so elemental. Alright. You'll know this one, D. Oh, almost like your government, man. Explosion!
Okay.
Explosion.
Right.
What's
I'll say the
element?
name. You still have to say the name.
Konosuba.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Elemental. Faraga.
No, magic.
No, you gotta
Oh,
do
is it
that.
magic?
Mm-hmm. Magic and elemental are separate. Magic beats elemental. So you're magic.
So I'm magic. Okay.
Here's the caveat. Now, this is the last thing I have to iron out because we will be playing this
Okay.
game in the future. Magic does not include elemental spells.
No? Okay.
No. Elemental, I know I said there's overlap, but at that point, we could just be like, Firaga. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Alright. Susanoo. Naruto.
That works. Sabotage, Mass Effect.
Hold on, and that's tech, so I'm physical?
Yep.
Okay. So
See, now y'all getting it. Y'all getting it. I'm gonna give us all 2 lives like y'all did last time.
Okay.
Okay, so.
You got 10 seconds.
Ooh. Why can't I think of a physical one?
All right, you just lost a life. So now you pass it on to me, physical. Oh, that's so stupid. All right. Electric Wind Godfist, Tekken.
Jesus Christ.
I almost said
I
Dynamite
was
Kick from
thinking-
Dragon Ball.
I was thinking Tekken right at the end, too. I was like, damn it, fighting game, duh.
So we can't say them back to back, or we just can't touch the same series again after we've used it.
You can, just not back to back. Because it's
Okay.
easy to get in your
Oh,
mind,
okay.
like, ooh, you know. All right, ranged. 10 seconds.
Oh, ranged?
Wait, who?
I
Wait,
was-
you,
I
no,
was-
you,
did that out of
it was
order.
supposed to be. You did that out of order. Yeah, I was supposed to. You were
Mhm.
supposed to kick back to me. Where are we now?
No, I thought it was me, him, you.
It is you, him,
Yeah.
me. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're on range now. Yes.
Oh, it was supposed to be kicked back to you. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be
Okay.
kicked to me.
God dang.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we
I
need
was
that
confused.
visual aid.
We do,
Okay,
bro.
so I basically just did your turn for you.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. So
So-
go ahead.
So, wait.
Don't. Okay. Gunnm.
So, back. Okay. Fuck.
Back to you.
I'm so confused now. All right. Which one?
We got it now. We good.
We're
Difficult.
what, ranged? Ranged?
Ranged, yeah. Just do ranged, and then we'll continue that same order. And if you mess up or you lose a life, the next person has to do the category you left off on.
Oh, good.
Okay. Should
Okay.
have talked about all of this first.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So, all right. So, we're on range, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got 10 seconds starting now.
10 seconds,
cheater.
yeah.
Okay. So, range. Rockets from
Bro.
Soldier 76.
You
I mean,
cut
that's
it
fair.
close. All right, beat elemental.
My name is Faraga. Final Fantasy.
That works. Avada Kedavra. Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay. Which?
Technicality.
God damn it. Which one am I on?
Tech.
Tech. Nobody still use this. Iron Reaper. So wait. Oh my god. I
No,
keep.
no, but you
I
used
keep-
it, didn't you?
Hold on.
No?
Guess who just got eliminated?
I keep fucking that shit up. It's technology, right? Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
man, it's technology.
I
You
keep
eliminated.
thinking-
Nah.
I keep thinking
Nah.
tech. God
I was
damn
about
it.
to let it slide. I'm tired
God
of making
damn it.
concessions. I'm about to be ruthless. I'm ruthless now.
What do we
I got it written on my
Young
phone.
Tech.
TECH. Like technique.
Nah.
Metal Gear Ray. Metal Gear.
Damn.
Sure. Okay. Why not? Dynamite Kick Dragon Ball. Okay, it's not consecutive. So,
Special Beam Cannon! Dragon Ball for ranged.
okay. Fireball Dragon Age.
Is that. Wait. Okay, so we're on Magic now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Levitate. D&D.
Overload Mass Effect.
Those are cool. Okay, pass. That's one life.
Physical.
Yeah, physical.
Woo!
Fighting
What is up with
game,
these
man.
physicals being so cross slash
They're hard.
Final
They're hard.
Fantasy?
Cross slashes from Final Fantasy.
Fighting game moves,
Mhm.
man.
I know, but it's hard right now.
It is when you're on the spot, man.
Range 10 seconds.
I just lose. My brain is potato, bro.
I didn't
so
study
tired.
before this either, man.
For one, I'm a level with you. I need to pee the whole time, bro. Then on top of it, I've had like 4 hours of sleep.
If I said ranged, it would have been Blazing Pinions from XCOM.
Okay.
I was thinking ahead. I was ready for that one. That's
Gotcha,
another man.
gotcha.
I got 3 dubs. What's going on, y'all?
Y'all, if you ever set up a podcast for 8 o'clock at night, I got that shit.
Okay. Yeah, next time I'll let you come up with it and everything. But you know, I like that one. What y'all like it?
Oh, like
Yeah,
that
it was good. It was fun. It's
Yeah.
it's hard to like when this is your first time rolling through it.
Yeah. So next time we know, no consecutive categories. Like it's fine what you did, where I said Dragon Ball and then you said Dragon Ball, but when your turn comes back around, you can't say the same thing you just said because it's fresh in your brain.
Yeah.
I appreciate the competition of cheating off of someone else, but don't cheat off yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
But that's a wrap. Where y'all at?
Oh, that's me. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's you.
Well, you guys already know. So, youtube.com/Gunnm921. Tumblr, so Gunnm.tumblr.com, if you still use that site. Twitter, so @TopItsTheCreator. And feel like I'm forgetting one. I have like 4. But anyway, it'll all be down below anyway. You already know. Shit.
You can find me at Beatdown on YouTube, or more likely at TheBeneficentBeet on Twitch.
All right, I'm Dray the Spectre on pretty much everything. On YouTube, my fitness channel is Goals in Fitness. Like goals achieved in fitness. And that was a Dap It Up podcast. Go see Mario.
Yeah,
For
we
real.
will be.
Like just
We all
go see Mario.
Yeah.
Cool.